up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. So listen, I recorded a video this morning, and none of the sound recorded. It was like a 30-minute video. I don't remember what we talked about, so I'm gonna go through what I think we talked about, and then we can talk about it some more. Okay, I don't have a lot of battery life left, so go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let people know you stopped by. All right, let's go. Let's see what's going on. Oh, okay, so the first story I remember talking about was Mary J. Blige talks about not having children. I like my freedom. I don't want to have to tend to someone all the time. An interview last month with Mary J. Blige is making its rounds online as fans relate to her reason for not having children. So let's listen to what Mary J. Blige says.
And I'm going to be the cool auntie like Mary. Like, I ain't having no kids, but I'm going to be the aunt that comes with the bags. And for Christmas, I'm going to hook everybody up. But do you think you're ever going to get to the day where you're like, damn, I maybe should have done it? Well, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, so I'm good. Listen. I have nieces and nephews forever, and I'm always watching how people are scrambling around for babysitters. I don't want to go. I don't want to go through that. I like my freedom. I like being able to get up and go and move and do what I want to do. I don't want to have to tend to someone all the time, Yes. Right now,
Independent, completely and wholly independent.
Watching your life.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I listen. Shout out to all of the women who have made a choice and honor that choice and not have children, because so much of us in this world, so much of society in this world are always asking a woman when they're going to have a baby. And Mary J. Blige is 50 years old. For me, shout out to all the geriatric mothers, but I don't think that is, to me, it's not something that I would do, because I feel like if you were to have kids, by the time you're 50, there's another stage of life that should be experienced without the responsibility of children. That's how I feel. I think it's wonderful. And shout out to those women. And they're going against it, right? They're going against, I'm sure so many people ask a lot of women all day, when are you going to have a baby? When are you going to have a baby? And it's just like, what? That's like, I always feel like just because you have a vagina does not mean that that person wants kids, can have kids. It doesn't, none of that means nothing, right? If the person wants to procreate at whatever time they want to do that, that is their choice. And if they never want to do it, there's nothing wrong with it. That's how I feel about it. So shout out to Mary J. Blige for being the rich auntie that comes through and passes expensive gifts out and just sits back and watches everybody, and every every family function she got a new young tender with her, something. So I'm not mad at it at all. So let's see what else is going on the blocks. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about Trevor Noah and what he said about Kanye West, which I thought was actually really good. That's something else that I talked about on that video. I felt like Kanye. Okay, it says Instagram suspends Kanye. I really don't want to talk about Kanye, but I feel like what Trevor Noah said was something that needed to be said. And I agree with what Trevor Noah said, and how what is happening is like crossing over the lines of fodder. You know what I mean? It's getting ugly. And despite whatever this woman has done in her life, no person is deserving of this treatment, right? It doesn't matter what they've done. They're not deserving of this. And she hasn't done anything to deserve this, if you want to be honest, right? Some people will beg to differ. Maybe they feel she deserves this treatment because she was sucking dick on camera. I don't know. So many people can say what they want to say. But his point was that as powerful and has as much access as she is not even able to stop this man from doing what he's doing. And can you imagine the host of women who don't have the means or the access or the influence and are experiencing this very same thing? And then he goes on to share that his mother was assaulted and shot in her head, and she used to complain about this man. And it's like we live in a society, he also, like he said, is that you have to figure out what the woman did to deserve the treatment, because we do live in a patriarchal society where it doesn't matter. The end goal is to protect the man's image. And when a woman is saying, this man is doing this to me, this man is doing this to me, everybody has been programmed to say, well, what did you do to deserve it? Not automatically say what he did was wrong, right? And this is the reason why they respond in the violent way that they do when someone tells them that they're wrong, is because they're not used to people telling them that they're wrong. That's why he's having these violent reactions to being held accountable. This is what that looks like. And I'm with Trevor Noah, and I put on my Instagram and Twitter that if you are finding that men around you are going after Trevor Noah because he said absolutely nothing wrong, like, and he's also speaking from his experience. Like, he saw his mom go complain to the law about this man, and they're like, well, what did you do? Are you talking back to him? Why would he do this? And stuff like that, trying to excuse his behavior or somehow justify his behavior. And Kim is this powerful woman, and she still can't tell him she can't tell him to stop. No one is doing anything to make him stop. And for me, when it switched over for me, when he got online and was like, I just want to see my kids. When he said that, I know that is a phrase that is used when the man is unable to control the woman. I think over time we are learning and understanding that a lot of the times when someone says the kids, they're using the child as a scapegoat. They cannot stand in their truth or whatever, and they want to use the children. We see it all the time, children used as scapegoats. So you're saying you want to see your kids, and all that did was remind me of that man and the men who go live and they complain about, oh, I want to see the kids. I just want to see my kids. She's not letting me see my kids. She's not letting me see my kids, using their children as a scapegoat. And then they go in the woman's life and then in their own lives, leaving the children with no parents. So did you really care? No, you didn't. You were not able to control this woman, or this woman was holding you accountable for something. And as Kanye has demonstrated, when you hold a man accountable for something, he's ready to end your life. He's ready to end your life. He told DL Hughley, I can afford to hurt you. because I told you what you're doing is wrong. But see, what Kanye is trying to do is the dog whistles, right? So he can get the family people on his side. He can get the fake dads, the performative fathers, the Facebook fathers, right? The IG dads, right? They take pictures. They use the kids to take pictures, post the pictures, act like they're the greatest dads in the world, and they don't see the kids for another 6 months until the next damn holiday. So he's performing for those people. And everybody is on, it's funny to watch because everybody is like, dude, you're doing too much, or using Kim's past as an excuse. I just think that Trevor Noah was right. I just think that he was right, and I think that if you find any person that is like going after Trevor Noah, you probably need to just look at that relationship again, because if anyone is saying that what Trevor Noah said was wrong, I would be side eyeing them like tough, because it's crazy. It's like he doesn't want to be held accountable. And then he's like, but no. It's about the kids. No, it's not about the kids. We're past that. We're past that. We understand what you were trying to do. I know it's not working. You're grasping at straws. They said that Twitter or IG suspended his account because of a post directed at Trevor Noah. Rapper Kanye West used a racial slur on Instagram to attack The Daily Show host Trevor Noah after Noah accused him of harassing Kim Kardashian. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And all because you said you were wrong. People are saying that you're wrong. People are criticizing your behavior. I want to find some of what Trevor Noah said. He says you are an indelible girl, get your shit together. You're an indelible part of my life, yay, which is why it breaks my heart to see you like this. I don't care if you support Trump. I don't care if you roast Pete. I do, however, care when I see you on a path that's dangerously close to peril and pain. Don't ever forget the biggest trick racists ever played on Black people was teaching us to strip each other of our blackness whenever we disagree, tricking us into dividing ourselves up into splinters so that we would never unite into a powerful rod. It's crazy because I think one of the problems that he has with Pete Davidson, besides the fact that has a large shawanga, I think the fact that Pete is white, also, I think that he has a problem with him because of that. One thing that has been a common theme with Kanye's career is that he was trying to get into white spaces. He's trying to get into white spaces. He's trying to get to white spaces. He did all of these things. He did all of the right things, even, got to be a billionaire, got his white wife, have his mixed children. He got all of these things, and now he lost it, and he lost it to a man who is younger than him, a man who doesn't make as much money as him, a man who is said to, we know how men measure their manhood, okay, literally and figuratively, right? We know they do all these things, and on top of that, he's white. Because I don't think a black dude would mess with Kim Kardashian because of, like, she'll always be seen as Kanye's property. You know how some men view women as property. The way they viewed Lauren London as Nipsey's property, that's why some men kind of like what looks to be like, it looks like they're coming to her defense, but they're really defending Nipsey's property. Right. And that's another, like, she's another person. Like, she probably, the person, if she decides to ever start dating again, she's probably really not going to tell anybody. The guy, it probably won't be a black dude, because people are not going to want to get close to her because of Nipsey. And they have this weird, alignment. So I figured the same way would be for Kim. And I think Kanye has everything that he everything that he could want and the one thing that he doesn't have, and the one thing that kept him from getting into these spaces and why he was so adamant in getting into these spaces is because he was Black. And I think that that's another thing that he has with Pete Davidson. I think I think he really has a problem with that. And the fact that this guy that's younger than you, he comes to you and says, hey, I'm not trying to do things public. You've really been fucking with me for the last 6 months. I've been really cool with you. You have the best mom for your children. You ought to be more respectful. And he's like, no, the kids. And it's crazy because it's like, you're a non-custodial parent. Now, you can have whatever trepidations about the man around your children as you want. I think you should be vigilant and being, wondering who's being kept around your children. But we can say the same thing about you, right? So who's around when North and Saint and Puma and all the kids? What Puma is not Puma. Psalm. Puma is Erykah Badu's daughter. Girl. Psalm. And who else? And Chicago. Who's around them? Who's around them when they're around you? Because you have people around you that, who's Julia Fox? Who is it? Like, you want to be able to control, but let's question, or are they not around you enough? See, girl, I'm done with Kanye. They suspended his account. He's just going out sad. He's attacking everyone who is holding him accountable. That's just typical. It's really just typical. It's so funny because now you have other Black men who are coming out acting as if they're in support of Kanye, other degenerates, other men who have low moral character, who are of low value and just happen to have a lot of money. They're coming out in defense of Kanye and acting like they're going to punk this white boy. But one thing I will tell you guys and remind you all is that this, again, like, you are operating in a fantasy world, because at the end of the day, you don't have. What are you coming out? This man is like, what are you defending? What are you defending? I'm watching my mouth. Because it's like, you watch the people who come out to defend Kanye. There's this thing that says Soulja Boy shares a message with Pete Davidson. Watch your mouth when you talking to Kanye. So what are you defending? He can talk to Kanye any way he wants to. What are you going to do about it, you violent creature? What are you going to do about it? Why are you in this man's business? This is between Kanye. This is between, and you're coming out defending. Unless you're coming out to speak against, I don't know. I need to charge this phone. It's about to die. What else is going on? Yeah, he called him a coon. You have every right to fight for your family, but you have to know the difference between that and fighting for your family. I've woken up too many times and read headlines about men who've killed their exes, their kids, and then themselves. I never want to read that headline about you. If you were just joking about it and all, and I'm an idiot for caring, then so be it. But I'd rather be an idiot who spoke up and said something to you in life than the cool guy who said nothing and that mourns you in prison or the grave. And as a coon, clearly some people graduate, but we still stupid. Don't ever forget the biggest trick. Oh, that's what he said earlier. Damn, here we go again. Everybody's saying what's not for him. There are a few artists who have had more of an impact on me than you, Ye. You took samples and turned them into symphonies. You took your pain and through the wire turned it into a performance perfection. I thought differently about how I'd spend my money because of you. I learned to protect my childlike creativity from grown thoughts because of you. Shit, still smile every day. What'd he say? Still smile every time I put on my seatbelt because of you. You're a serious rapper who also knew when not to take himself seriously. You effortlessly brought comedy into music and made us all smile while we rapped along. Yeah, and it's like people actually have respect for you, but you're doing, and I think he thinks that respect means that you are going to support him in his bad behavior. And I think that's where a lot of that collective of men who operate like that is like, you can't hold us accountable. We want to be able to do these things and no one say anything about that. I think that is just so dangerous, so dangerous. Every day, I hear these stories about these women, and it's really sad. It is really sad to know that it's like these people are, I don't know what the purpose is. Actually, I don't even know what the purpose is, because it ain't to protect, and it definitely ain't to provide. I don't even know why anybody is looking to them for that purpose when they are the ones that are also killing you. Like it's a mind fuck, because you got to look to this. It's almost like the same thing with the cops. It's the same thing with the cops. It is the same thing with the cops. You're supposed to look to them for protection, and they are the ones who are killing you. It's like fucking crazy. Same thing with these men. They want you marked every time. That's why they say, and I realized this guy said that there's this phrase that the police brutality is not the biggest threat to the Black community. There are other things that, are affecting the Black community. And that's another thing. There's like, we're fighting against police brutality at the same time. The police are killing Black men at a disproportionate rate, but they are the same collective of men who are doing the most harm to the women in their community. So it's kind of like a mind fuck. And it's like I always think about Stephen Clark. Is that his name? He was in Sacramento, shot by the cops. I remember a guy that I know who went to, march for him. And I was like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you tell me about it? And he was like, I know, I just didn't tell you. And then later it comes out that this guy did not like Black women. And it's just like, I'm so glad that my friend didn't tell me to go walk down there, because I would have felt absolutely ridiculous marching for someone who didn't even like Black women. Like, no, that's crazy. It's like they want you to do all these marching, all these organizations created for them, and they are also your biggest threat. Y'all heard about the FBI findings, right? And then this incel community being really considered to be a terrorist organization. And y'all think that I hate these men. You hate men, you hate men. No, I really feel like we have coddled these people into threats, safety threats, health threats. And it's not funny, and it's not just me. When you sit on here and you look at your camera and you type in the comments, you need to just say you hate men. So what should I not do? Speak out against the behavior, you just rather not hear me speak out on the misbehavior of men, the violent misbehavior of men. You rather not hear it. It makes you uncomfortable. And when someone is actually saying it, you just automatically slap that label onto that person and say, well, you just hate men. I should hate men who are killing women every 5.5 hours. Why don't you? It's like, it's weird. It's like, I'm not speaking just for me. That's weird to me. It's so weird to me. And it's like, nobody wants you to say anything. Nobody wants you to hold these people accountable, because in your mind, we have coddled these people into this position where accountability looks like hate instead of an act of love. It's so weird. And that you actually, men, where you're telling them, hey, you can be better. This is a way to be better. And they're like, nah, la, 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 you hate me, and I don't want to be better. I want to be able to be your threat. I want to continue to be your biggest threat in your community and you not say a word about it. Come on. It's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me because people will get in the comments and be like, you hate men. You goddamn right. Any man that kills a black woman, I hate his motherfucking guts. I do. And you better be glad that women aren't in charge of the way these punishments look because I'd apply for the job. I'd apply for the job and I'd have some good creative punishments for these men who do these things. And a lot of them are punks because they kill themselves afterwards. They don't have enough pussy to face the consequences of their violent behavior. And you wonder why I hate men. Girl, do you wonder, oh, do you hate men? Do you hate men? Do you hate men? Yes, the men that I talk. Do you ever hear me talking about? Oh, this man, he did this, and no, the ones that I am talking about, you should hate them too. You should hate the ones that I'm talking about too. I'll ask you, why don't you hate them? Oh, because not all men. I'm not talking about them. The ones I'm talking about are killing women every 5.5 hours. That's who I'm talking about. And y'all act like because your identities are so tethered that you can't say that because this group of people are doing something wrong and you're talking about what they're doing wrong. All of a sudden, it's like, not all, not all, not all. Do you hate? Do you hate? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. To answer your question. Yes, I do. I hate violent black men. I do. I hate murderous black men. I hate black men who lie in their relationships and run around and give women STDs because they're too afraid. Because we've created a culture where these people can't live in their truth. So they go around sneaking around and creating the most HIV cases of straight black women. I hate those motherfuckers. Why don't you? I hate them niggas that go live and kill their ex-wives and their children. I hate them motherfuckers. I really do. I hate that motherfucker who smeared the shit all over that lady's face for no fucking reason at all. I hate him too. I do. Why don't you? Why don't you? Some man did a number on you. Well, they doing numbers every 5.5 hours. They doing numbers on everybody. I made it out. Hallelujah. When I think about it, I think about how many times I've been in proximity to men who act violent. I think about the times. And I think to myself, I could have been one of those women. I could have been one of those women. And now I know how safe I am and how far they have to be from me in order for me to live a long, healthy, sustainable life. I know how far I need to be from them. I know how many long-handled spoons I need to have because I've learned and I see and I'm learning and I'm reading. I'm reading the statistics. Yeah, I do. Erica, do you hate men? Yeah, I do. Those are the ones that I hate. I really do. I do. And now you see, they have been socialized to look at someone holding them accountable as their enemy. So when you are trying to repair holes in your community and you can't get the holes repaired because the people who have created the holes want the holes there, they don't want the holes filled up. They want them there. They don't want you to say, hey, we have gaps here. No, they want them there. They don't want to be better. They are resistant to greatness. They already think what they're doing is 100%. I don't want to hear any critique of us as a collective. That's why when things happen in the news and the image of the black man is the way that it is, I have no duties. It is not my ministry to uphold or to repair. Y'all are on your own. You have done a number on a number and thousands of people. Your image, social image, is blown, and it's not my duty, it is not my ministry to repair it. I'm out of that. So when you say, do you hate men? I do. The ones that I hate, the ones I'm talking about, I hate them motherfuckers. You need to ask your damn self, why the fuck don't you? Like this thing here, this man, Army sergeant, killed girlfriend because she laughed at him when he professed his love. This man responds and says, a black man, Khalil Muhammad, upscale 1000, says, maybe he was just having a bad day, looking for a soft shoulder to cry on, and it was another rock. He decided that he had enough and killed her. Ladies, let this be a lesson that we will never be equal, because you can't ever beat a man in rage, and for this fact, choose respect. So just if he's having a bad day and you don't coddle him and give him a soft shoulder to cry on, he might kill you. Just flippant like that. Flippant. I hate this motherfucker right here. Why don't you? It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It's not my responsibility, and nor should it be yours, because they don't uphold and protect your image when it's time to either. So if you think that, I don't know how this got in that, because I had two comments. One person asked me, was I a misandrist? Meaning that I at the opposite of a misogynist. And no, I don't have a contempt of men. I do, the way that men are socialized, I hate it with every fiber of my being. I hate the way men are socialized to relate to women. And you should too, because how they're socialized is very toxic. It's very manipulative. It's very much, I need to be over this woman. It's very much, you're not equal to me. It's very much all of that. And if you stand in line and want to uphold that bullshit, more power to you, sis. You on your motherfucking own. On your own. We're not in community. And if you want to repair the image of the black man when he doesn't even have the tools to help you repair yours, y'all did it on your own. All the evidence from the 80s on up about black women this, black women that, welfare this, early teen pregnancy. Black women have effectively changed their image to the point where Goldman and Sachs, MasterCard, American Express all want to invest in black women who have small businesses. They want to invest because they see it. But you guys are jealous because these people want to invest in black women. You look at your social image. It's blown, bro. It's fucking blown. It's blown. And it's up to you to repair it. But look at your collective. Look at how from the world's richest man, black man, Kanye West, to this motherfucker on here on fucking Twitter, the same mindset. Choose respect. You respect me, or I'll just kill you if you don't respect me. If you don't give me a shoulder to cry on. If you hold me accountable for stalking my wife, I can afford to hurt you. From the billionaire to the derelict down on the damn corner. The same mindset. And you gonna tell me, Erica, do you hate men? Girl. Girl. Anyways, y'all, I think that's enough of talking. I'm done talking to y'all about it. Kanye West, it's just an example for me. It's an example, and it affirms my beliefs. It affirms my beliefs. Your beliefs don't even have to align, because I have my own independent beliefs about the collective and when I look at the news and when I read these reports and statistics, all it does is affirm my theories. It affirms all the theories that I have. It just keeps affirming, keeps affirming, keeps affirming, keeps affirming. I'm waiting for you motherfuckers to prove me wrong. I'm waiting for you to prove me fucking wrong. And ladies, they don't need your help. Sit your ass down. When Kim told y'all to get your asses up and work, she did not mean work for men. She did not mean to work to repair their image. You sit your ass down. Because when it's time to work on your image, you did it on your own. No, but they did not help you. They did not make a way for you. The ones who are making a way for you don't look like them. They don't look like them. And that's what's really the matter. That's what's really the matter. You want to assimilate so bad, you just can't get close enough to him. You can't get close enough to him. That's why they freak the fuck out when they see a black woman with a non-black man, because especially a white one. You can't. She's getting as you all you can think about. She's getting so close to him. She's getting that close to him. You will never get that close. You will never get that close. And, I think that chaps their hides mostly. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.